everyone for some more Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, and we are ready to finish case number 2 here, and the case against Mayor Damien Tenma. And if you guys did not watch the last episode, it's a bit of a long one, but I would highly suggest watching it because there's some very serious stuff, and a big bombshell that just happened at the very end, where it really just basically comes down to just mistaken identity, which we're going to be delving into more here as we're going to be closing this case. But before we continue on, hope you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys doing well. So without further ado, first, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and alderman were talking. I suspect he brought with him coffee laced with some sort of sedative. Once the alderman was out cold. That's when Mr. LaBelle killed him. Next, he took the mayor, who he had also drugged, into the Forbidden Chamber. Then he returned to the Fox Chamber, slipped into some of the mayor's spare clothes, and completed the disguise by donning the Amazing Nine-Tails mask. With his entire charade in place, Mr. LaBelle then let out a scream. The scream that led Jinxie Tenma to the scene. Ah, so then, the person who said I killed Alderman Kyubi was... Yep, that was Florent LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed.
Silence!
This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
Objection!
No, you twisted samurai. This time you stop your jabbering and let me finish making my case. Once Miss Tenma left the scene, Mr. LaBelle, still wearing the mayor's clothes and mask, opened the Forbidden Chamber, so he could drag the mayor back out onto the Fox Chamber. Oh, so the Amazing Nine-Tails the mayor saw was... Wait, it was LaBelle opening the Forbidden Chamber. The second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the Forbidden Chamber, he happened to catch the thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Startled, Mr. Filch in his Tenma Taro disguise ran as fast as he could away from the room. As he did, he left behind a trail of feathers and tracks, and gave Miss Tenma the scare of her life in the hallway. With no one left to witness the events that had occurred, Mr. LaBelle then produced to drag the sleeping mayor back into the Fox Chamber. I see, well, that all certainly does make sense. Then, after dragging the mayor back into the Fox Chamber, Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out the window and fled the room.
Silence!
For this absurd theory to work, it requires that the defendant be the Amazing Nine-Tails. However, he was the one pushing for the municipal merger. That such an individual could possibly be the Amazing Nine-Tails is preposterous.
Objection!
The mayor was blackmailed into pursuing the merger. Miss Tenma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced his opposition. That's why he created his secret identity as the Amazing Nine-Tails. Gah, this is madness. No one could possibly hatch such an insane plot. No one except the killer is insane as his plot, and I'd say Florent LaBelle more than qualifies. Foolish mortal, it is at your own peril that you forget who I am. Mayor Tenma, it's okay now. Jinxie will be safe just as soon as Mr. LaBelle is arrested. You are the Amazing Nine-Tails, aren't you? You have quite the active imagination. Mayor Tenma is not the Amazing Nine-Tails.
Objection!
What do you mean? Well, has the mayor admitted to it yet? But that's just... And even if he did admit to such nonsense, I would reveal the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now. What? Why, you would dare reveal the secret? My good friend the Alderman told me all about it. But it wouldn't be good to expose the truth. What with the superstitions, now would it? The truth behind Tenma Taro? What's he talking about? So go ahead, say it. Say, I am the Amazing Nine-Tails. I dare you.
Objection!
Wait. Would somebody please explain what's going on here? Mayor Tenma would do anything to keep the truth behind Tenma Taro's secret. A dark, terrible truth that has been kept secret by the village superstitions. And if the mayor admits to being the amazing Ninetales, you'll expose the truth? Right. I won't have him walking free because it's some nonsense you made up. So what now, Justice Dono? Without the mayor's admission, your theory is as useless as you are in battle. I'll show you who's useless. Apollo, don't you dare give up now. I know. Your Honor, I believe Mr. LaBelle's statements weren't a thorough cross-examination. After all, the true identity of the Amazing Ninetales is the cornerstone of this case. You do have a point there. Please answer this court, Mr. LaBelle. Is the defendant the Amazing Ninetales or not? Witness testimony. The Amazing Ninetales' true identity. The Amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense, I will expose the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say. Talk about out of the pot and into the fire. At this rate, the mayor will be found guilty for sure. Honestly speaking, if Mayor Damien Tenma is not the Amazing Ninetales, I'm afraid I don't see how the defense has much of a case here. And let's just leave it at that, shall we? We all know Alderman QB was the Amazing Ninetales anyway. I mean, that's how Ninetales Vale made a comeback. The Alderman was so popular. There's gotta be a hole in that testimony somewhere. But I don't even know where to start. Since we don't have any proof that the mayor is the Amazing Ninetales, then we'll just have to get him to admit it himself. But if he admits it, LaBelle's gonna expose the secret behind Tenma Taro. We are so close, I know it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and save. Cross-examination. The Amazing Ninetales' true identity. The Amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense, but if he did admit to such nonsense, he will expose the truth behind Tenma Taro right there and now, and that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say. Let's press this.
Hold it!
Do not gaze upon Tenma Taro. Do not tell others if you see him. Isn't that what the village superstitions say? Exactly. Telling others what Tenma Taro looks like would reveal the truth. That's why the superstitions were written down in the first place. And ruin coming to the village if you fear him? Is that a warning not to expose the truth? Bingo! And that truth is, Tenma Taro is a great, greed-inspiring fortune. That's what the whole battle over Ninetales Vale was all about. Tenma Taro is a great fortune? Come to think of it. Only that's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it, said there's amazing treasure in there. Could Tenma Taro actually be the Forbidden Chamber treasure? Telling the villagers that Tenma Taro is a terrifying yokai is what has scared them away from the Forbidden Chamber and the treasure within. That's how the treasure has been kept secret all this time. Well. It seems our ace attorney here has uncovered the truth that must not be revealed. Mayor Tenma looks like he wants to keep the truth hidden as much as I do. Tragedy is doomed to repeat itself as long as Tenma Taro exists. That's why the secret must be protected. As long as Tenma Taro exists, huh? Mr. LaBelle, please add that statement to your testimony. Tragedy is doomed to repeat as long as Tenma Taro exists. Well, that's interesting. What about this?
Objection!
Mr. LaBelle, what if Tenma Taro no longer existed? Revealing the truth would no longer be an issue, would it? If Tenma Taro no longer existed? What on earth are you talking about? Oh, apparently you haven't heard. Tenma Taro no longer exists. But I guess you didn't get to do a thorough search after the key was taken from you. Because when we searched the Forbidden Chamber, there wasn't any treasure there. Really? Well, maybe you weren't looking in the right place. Sorry, but I have proof that Tenma Taro no longer exists. Take a look at this figure. What do we have here? It looks like some sort of creature. We found this in the Forbidden Chamber. It's an Azuki Kozo figure. The great thief Azuki Kozo used to leave them at the scene of his crimes. Are you suggesting that Tenma Taro has been stolen? Yep. Phineas Filch's grandfather, a master thief, was the culprit. And by that hideous Murana caretaker's grandfather, no less? No! My beautiful golden Tenma Taro was... The greed inspired by Tenma Taro can no longer bring ruin upon Nine Tails Vale. Isn't that right, Mayor Tenma? The root of tragedy would indeed seem to be gone. In fact, I now recall the Alderman revealing the secret to me on the day of our meeting. He must have been speaking of Tenma Taro, for he said to me the gold ingot was gone. The gold ingot? You mean the treasure that is Tenma Taro's true form? Recall, if you will, the school in the Forbidden Chamber. Tenma Taro is the yellowish object shown there. A giant gold ingot that my nomadic ancestors bestowed upon Nine Tails Vale. In return for that gold, my ancestors did receive from Nine Tails Vale land that would become Tenma Town. But drive the villagers mad with greed did that great fortune. Bitter was their greed-fueled battle. It was as if they were possessed. My ancestors' gold became a curse upon their village. A curse of ruin. Thus, it was that the yokai Tenma Taro came to be. So, Tenma Taro and the village superstitions were merely fairy tales to scare people away. Fairy tale or not, Tenma Taro made quite a mess of things. Yes, indeed, for there is no greater monster than a mortal man's lust for gold. Well, you know what they say, the love of money is the root of all evil. My ancestors did bring a terrible thing here to Nine Tails Vale. A thing so terrible that Tenma Taro, a monster just as terrible, had to be created to keep it a secret. Yet we have naught but love for the little village to which we owe our very existence. Tenma Town would never seek to take over Nine Tails Vale on a merger. Oh my, that was quite a shocking lesson in history. Mr. Mayor, now that we know Tenma Taro no longer exists, are you ready to admit your secret? You are the amazing Nine Tails, aren't you? No, don't do it! Please, no! Okay, what's going on? Be gone, you demented demon! Now, where was I? The Golden Lord of Yokai, the amazing Nine Tails, is indeed me. And that means Jinxie. Yes? The man wearing the mayor's clothes who you saw collapse in the Fox Chamber, was he wearing the amazing Nine Tails mask? Uh-huh. That's what made me think it was Pampa. He said it was going to reveal his secret identity, Alderman Kyubi, that day, so... So it really wasn't Pampa I saw there, was it? It was Florent's idea from the start. He advised me to reveal my secret identity to the Alderman. Yeesh. Rube Goldberg machines have less elaborate setups in LaBelle's scheme. You may rest easy now, little Jinxie. That monster's deception is through. The true facts behind this case have finally come to light. Mayor Tenma did not kill Alderman Kyubi. But Florent LaBelle did. How dare you, peasant? No!
Silence.
Justice Dono. You should at least have a real blade in your hands if you desire to cross the woods with me. Or have you mistaken this battlefield for a training ground? What does this guy want now? Evidence is like a razor-sharp blade that cuts through bone as though it would butter, but you have only blind guesses, a dull blade incapable of cutting even a cake. He has you there, Mr. Justice. After all, evidence is everything in a court of law. But... They're right. Let's see some evidence. Of course, a perfect being like me wouldn't leave any incriminating evidence behind. This is the final battle. Just as a samurai must live and die by the sword, you will live or die by the evidence you hold. My swift blade of judgment awaits. Now, present your conclusive evidence, or don't you have any? Oh, crud. Do I have anything conclusive? Well, of course I do. Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. You do? Of course. It's just the conclusive evidence we need, too. I'm gonna finally prove Mayor Tenma innocent. Here comes justice. Let's review the facts. The most damning evidence against the mayor was the crime scene itself. The mayor and the victim were the only two people found in the room. Also, we found the alderman was killed because he was the Amazing Nine-Tails. But as we know now, of course, we were way off. The Amazing Nine-Tails is really Mayor Damien Tenma. That's why when his daughter Jinxie saw the Amazing Nine-Tails collapse at the scene, she mistook him for her father. Those are the facts we have revealed. However, Mr. LaBelle asserts that he did not leave any evidence at the scene of the crime, but he didn't say anything about evidence outside the crime scene. Maybe he isn't as clever as he thinks he is. Does any of the evidence found outside the crime scene provide any clues? Well, there is one. Not so much the hand cream, but the Amazing Nine-Tails mask. Clue inside the mask? Oh, I know! The Amazing Nine-Tails mask! It was found washed up along the river. What sort of clues does that mask hold? Well, it had the white hair. White hair in the mask. And what about the hair left in the mask? Who does it belong to? Well, it's not Rex Kyuubi, it has to be Florent LaBelle. The white hair is LaBelle's. Oh, great! That hair is Florent LaBelle's. Yes, now that's what I call conclusive evidence. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have any conclusive evidence to present to this court? Of course I do. Observe this mask, if you will. That mask? How is that conclusive evidence? It's not the mask itself, but the white hair inside it. We originally thought it belonged to Alderman Rex Kyuubi. Yes, but the Amazing Nine-Tails, as we now know, is Mayor Tenma, so... That is correct. So the question is, whose hair could this be? And the answer to that is the last person to have worn it before it was discarded. That would be you, Mr. Florent LaBelle. What are you talking about? I never had hideous white hair like that.
Silence.
It would appear your coup de grace failed to hit its mark. This freakish fop is not the white hair type, because he's busy being one ludicrously garish color or another.
Objection!
No, Prosecutor Blackwell. It's you who has made a fatal error. But what? Remember where this mask was found? It washed up by the side of the river. With that in mind, this last piece of evidence will solve all of our remaining riddles. Well, it happens to be a little gift that LaBelle gave us, and that is the Calumny LaBelle.
Take that!
Ah, that's... What is that? This is Mr. LaBelle's own private brand of hair color. It washes out with just water. This court will also recall that the Amazing Nine-Tails mask washed up alongside the village river with white hair inside it. What's this? Are you saying that Preening Peacock's hair color is... That's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. LaBelle's hair color is a freaky work of fiction. But thanks to the river flowing through Nine-Tails Vale, we now have a real-life expose. Ah! The white hair in this mask is conclusive evidence proving you're the real killer. A DNA test is all we need to prove it, and we both know we'll get a match. Admit it! Florent LaBelle, You were the one who killed Alderman Rex Kilby. You, peasant. How dare you? You profane my beauty. He's gonna have an entire courtroom smelling like weirdo. Wow. Hello, this is the bell. What? The project is off? This is the bell. The sponsors are pulled out. The bell speaking. I'm fired? You mean I'm no longer Mayor Tenma's aide? Hello, this is the bell. What? There's a stratospheric damages claim against me? $100 million? I'm finished. Washed up. I'm done. This is preposterous. I, Simon Blackwell, defeated? Order. Order. Order in the court. Well, this is quite the unexpected outcome. I must hand it to you, Mr. Justice. You really turned this case on its head just like that other lawyer, Phoenix Wright. Wait, that was a compliment, right? Prosecutor Blackwell, what have you done to Florent LaBelle? The defaced man has withered like a flower without water. One of the officers is currently tending to him with a sprinkler. Wouldn't that just wash even more of his makeup off? Allow me to explain the actions of the guilty party in detail. The motive, of course, was to steal the gold ingot known as the Tenma Taro. However, few were allowed into the manor due to its cultural ties to Nine Tails Bill. LaBelle set in motion plans to gain access to the manor and the gold within via the merger. But the efforts of the Amazing Nine Tails saw those plans come to a halt. And thus, LaBelle murdered the alderman and attempted to pin the blame on Mayor Tenma. I see, but what I still can't comprehend is why he would go after the gold in the first place. Mr. LaBelle doesn't look like someone who is in need of financial aid. LaBelle hid his past well, much like he hid his beauty within makeup. He's mired in debt. Debt due to pouring money into a brand only he could love. Which is why he sought the gold with such voracity. Too bad for him, someone else had gotten to it first anyway. I see. Very well then. I believe it's time that I declare the verdict. This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma, not guilty. Nice. Take that, Blackwell. Court is adjourned. April 19th, 1:23 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. That was some seriously good lawyering, Apollo. Even I didn't see that coming. Just got lucky, I guess. You banished Tenma Taro from Nine Tails Bill like you were some kind of exorcist. There's still one thing I don't understand. How come Mr. LaBelle didn't kill Mayor Tenma too? He could have set it up so the mayor murdered the alderman, then died from a counterattack. That would removed at least one possible fly from the ointment. I was wondering about that too, but I have a hunch LaBelle was biding his time. He was planning on exposing the Amazing Nine-Tails' true identity himself. Huh? But why? Because the mayor was the Amazing Nine-Tails. Had LaBelle succeeded in framing Mayor Tenma for the alderman's murder, the wrestler's popularity would have plummeted once his identity was revealed. Oh, I get it! If the Amazing Nine-Tails was just killed, he'd die a hero, but if he was proven a villain, his fans would abandon him, making the merger that much easier. Right. Then when the merger was complete and everything cooled down, he'd be able to search the Forbidden Chamber at his leisure. What an insanely intricate plot. A most excellent job clearing my name. A feat worthy of the Demon Lord's approval. Why are you acting like Tenma Taro again? Let this be of no concern to you. How could it not concern me? Tenma Taro, be gone! Jinxie, seems like ages since I laid eyes on you. Papa, you're finally back! Yes, it would seem Tenma Taro is no match for you. I'm not scared of that silly yokai anymore. Your father's a free man now, Jinxie, isn't that great? Thank you for all you've done. Seeing you guys in action, it made me feel like I don't have to be afraid anymore. Wait, is Jinxie actually smiling? This is all thanks to you two. Too bad the Amazing Ninetales will have to retire, though. Aw, how come? Once everyone hears I'm the Amazing Ninetales, my fan base will nosedive. After all, I'm not the most popular of people, another reason for my secret identity. I don't see how I could possibly continue. I think you've misjudged yourself. Take a look outside. Say, now that you mention it, what's all that noise out there? A big crowd gathered outside the courthouse once the news broke. Seems they want to get a glimpse of Mayor Damien Tenma, the man behind the mask. And to root for your return to the wrestling ring. Rooting? For me? But I thought I was nothing more than a malefactor in their eyes. The only one who really matters is Jinxie. Show her how cool you really are. Yeah, you're the coolest when you're out there fighting in the ring, Papa. Jinxie. Here, I think he'll be needing this. Well, he'll be needing his mask.
Take that!
Thank you. Now if you would excuse me. I don't want to keep my fans waiting.
Ninetales Vale forever!
I sure hope they can settle the problems between Tenma Town and Ninetales Vale. Me too. I'm sure they'll be fine. After all, the blackmailer/killer is behind bars and the merger is no longer an issue. Plus, the Amazing Ninetales is obviously still a hit, and I suspect Ninetales Vale will be too. And it's all because we believed in our client, just like you said. Okay, people. Now that we've got that one in the bag, go get something to eat. I'm starving. Sounds good. I've been so nervous I haven't eaten since yesterday. Better keep eating, Apollo, or you might have to start looking up at me. Huh? I'm definitely past my growth phase, and you should be about past yours too. Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started. Ready or not, it's face stuffing time. Keep eating like that, and the only direction you'll be going is sideways. Very funny. But I've got a hollow leg. I can eat as much as I want without gaining an ounce. Really? Wow, I can't wait to see this. Calories? Just let them try to stick on me. Alright already, you two. Let's go going before the old man closes shop. Aldoon's Noodles isn't an all-night stand, you know. I'm with Mr. Ray. Let's go. I've been wanting to have a bowl from there ever since Mr. Ray told me about them. Well, what are we waiting for? The noodles are on me today, so I expect some serious eating from you two. Yay, thanks, boss. I won't let you down. Athena has no idea what she's getting into. Mr. Aldoon's noodles are so hot and salty, 2 bowls would kill a man. That was our first case together, and it felt like nothing could bring us down after that. The dark age of the law seemed so distant, so irrelevant to our small, cozy office. But little did I know that it had been lurking all along, right there behind us. The first time it made itself known was during the murder at Themis Legal Academy. That case would mark the twilight before the dark. Cold night that was to come. And I'm assuming that's going to be the third case. And with that, Monstrous Turnabout is done. Now, I have seen a lot of people complain about this particular case. As you can see, we have completed a Monstrous Turnabout. I really don't understand. I really enjoyed this case. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I didn't think this case was all that bad. But we're going to go ahead and save. Continue on to the next episode, which we are going to be doing that. No, it's going to be a while before I get back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. As a matter of fact, I don't plan on doing the third case until sometime in June. As a matter of fact, it'll probably be beginning of June until I get back to this game. So it's going to be we got March, April, May, almost 4 months from now until we see this game again. So we have a little bit of a wait, but not only are we going to be doing the third case in June, but I'm also going to be doing the fourth and fifth cases in July as well. So whatever time we have between now and June, we'll definitely be making up for it in June and July in terms of this game, in case you guys are enjoying the series and wanting more. We are going to have a bit of several month wait, but believe me, it's going to be worth it because I have a feeling this game is just going to get better and better. And I'm already loving this game. As much as I loved Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, I'm loving this game a lot more. So June and May seem like a long time from now, but believe me, it's going to be here sooner than you think, and hope you guys will be with me on this journey. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. I'll be seeing you guys again next time.